What's going on, guys? You already know who it is and what it is. It's EJ, aka Gohan, and we're back with another not painful video, informative video. And today we're gonna be touching on a quote that I made that says, always find OGs or spiritual second mom and dads, because sometimes you're uncomfortable telling them everything. So, as you just heard, this is going to be about why it is important to find your spiritual second mom and dad, aka OGs. And I thought of this video and thought to talk about this on the page and the channel because of my experiences and how beneficial it has been for me. So without that being said, we're just gonna jump right into it. Importance and why I recommend you yourself to find a second mom and dad, a spiritual second mom and dad, aka OG. Why is this important? You might not feel comfortable telling them everything. And this could be from a lack of understanding. This could be from a lack of relationship building and bond that you have with your parents. Or it could just be from a level of you just don't like them. So you might not feel comfortable telling them everything. This is very important because we never want to hold things inside of us, because that builds up too much tension in the body. We need people to talk to. That's why community is important. We are social beings, we're social creatures. We love to talk, we love to communicate, we love to interact. So surrounding ourselves with the proper like-minded people, or aka spiritual second mom and dad, aka OGs, this is going to be very important for our mental health and our mental stability, because now we're able to feel like we're being heard and we actually are being heard from them. Might not feel comfortable telling them everything. So when you find, for instance, me, I have, spiritual second mom and dads, aka OGs, where, I feel comfortable and I trust them and they trust me, and it's that father-son or mother-son relationship with them, where I come to them with my problems, I come to them with my questions, I come to them and just say what's on my mind. I come to them just to say hi, because for me it is very important for me to feel like I'm being loved, feel like I'm being heard, and the ability or the fact that I can, go to somebody whenever I need something to talk to is very healthy and very feel good for me. So that is very important. You need someone that you can talk to and tell them whatever is on your minds through all topics. Second, number two of why this is very important is you might feel like they don't understand you and your way of thinking. This is a very big one. This is a very important one, and I feel like this one is maybe the majority of the world between mom, dad, or mom and son, or mom and son, or mom-dad relationships, or mom-son, dad-son relationship. Basically, parent to child relationships. This runs rampant because we don't have a level of understanding our kids. We're just raising our kids where we're just putting a way of thinking onto them. And this generation, of course my generation, is a curious generation, and a generation that is very open-minded and curious to the things that our parents weren't curious of, because of them being raised in a very strict way of thinking, and only one way of thinking, and that is the life. So that's where that disconnect comes from. And this is very important because the way you believe, what you believe in, your perspectives, your mindset on things, the way you think, needs to be understood by others, especially the people that you're close with. Because if the people you're close with can't even have a level of understanding of your thinking, it makes you feel lonely, and it makes you feel like you're on this earth by yourself. And therefore, you start to question everything, and you start to be like, why am I here? Like, I might as well just opt out, because nobody can understand me. And this is where spiritual second mom and dads, aka OGs, come into play very, very importantly, because now you're able to express your thinking, your perspectives, your beliefs, and you're able to talk about it to them. And they're very open-minded and have an ear to hear to what you have to say, and are willing to build on top of whatever your thinking is. And in fact, they're there learning from you as well. So it's like a 50-50 split. So that is very important, to make sure that you can express your way of thinking and your belief and your mindset towards things to the people that you're close with. And if you're not close with your mom and dad, this is where the time to have spiritual second mom and fathers come into play, because now you have that comfort, you have that shelter, you have that home, that internal home inside of you. Number 3 is your beliefs and perspectives don't line up at the moment, but it could come full circle later with the relationship with your parents. This is important for me too. This is a big one for me as well. So, belief, perspectives it's a game changer when it comes to relationships, and how close in contact you can come with somebody spiritually, mentally, or physically, because those are very touchy topics, and people really hold a lot of pride and take accountability in their beliefs and perspectives on things. So if your beliefs and perspectives don't line up with say for instance your parents, it's going to be very hard to form a bond in a relationship, because that right there is a boundary that can't allow you to come together and mix well. In other words, having an open mind. What is humankind without an open mind? This is very important to have, because if we don't have that open mind, we then form boundaries with our kids. We then form boundaries with society. We then form boundaries with our friends, our families, our community, our strangers, because we're fixed-minded. We don't have an open mind. So we need to activate that open mindset so we can fully understand why people do certain things or why people think certain ways, and it's not wrong, because we're all different human beings and we'll never think the same no matter what. So moving on to the next one. What are the benefits of OGs or spiritual mom and dads? In the beginning of the why kind of touches on the benefits as well, but we'll just move on and jump into it. What are the benefits? They can have a way of understanding your pain and where you come from, to give you wisdom on your self journey, aka words of advice. So it is very important to have these, spiritual mom and dads around us, because they're literally walking wisdom. They have words of advice that they can give us, so we don't have to go through the trial and error that they went through, so we can actually excel and exceed faster. So this is very important. Whatever is on your mind, you tell them. You give them that game on whatever you're dealing with, and they come to you and fire back with some good edifying words and edification for you, so you can go along with your journey in the future. Number 2, they can help dissect your pain points in your relationship with your biological parents, such as why they think certain ways, and breaking down where it came from and the root of things. This is very important, because then it will allow you as the son or the kid or the child to have an open mind based on the way your parents perceive life, and parents perceive and believe certain things, understanding that it's not fully them and it's not fully their fault. They have been raised just like we have been raised, think and operate certain ways, so it's going to take years and time to break down and demolish that way of thinking and rebuild that foundation of perspectives and beliefs and duality and spirituality and whatever you want to call it. So this is important, because when we surround ourselves with these like-minded people, they're then able to give you their experience on their relationship with their parents and how they ended up figuring out how to bring that bond closer. And last one, number 3, we are always one conversation away from feeling good. Holding stuff inside isn't good. Let it go. Having a tight circle with your OGs will allow you to release whatever has been on your mind without you being judged, and they will counter with edifying words. So, we're always one conversation away from feeling good. It's literally that simple, but it's so difficult because we don't have the right surroundings. We don't have people with open minds. So when we surround ourselves with people with open minds, now we're one conversation away from feeling good, because now we're allowed to express ourselves, come out our shell, and talk about why, I believe in certain things and what my perspective on certain things without being judged. And also, having that ability to release. There's times where we hold and there's times where we release. You don't want to hold in too much and you don't want to release too much. It's a balance. So in my case and in the majority of cases of people my age and kids growing up, is we hold. We never release. And we hold because we don't have nobody to trust and we don't have anybody that understands. So now when we surround ourselves with these like-minded people, such as our second spiritual mom and dad, we're allowed to activate that release side of us, allowing that great Zen feeling and welcome and loving feeling and thoughtful feeling, because now we're able to trust. And the judgment factor is very important too, because that goes with the trust and open-mindedness. If I know someone isn't going to hear me with a judging manner, it will allow me to be more safe in their bubble and more free in my bubble when it comes to interacting with different topics. Because judging is what causes boundaries. God is love, not a wall. God is love, not judging. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter what perspective, what opinion you have. It is valid for me to hear, because God is love, not a wall. The minute we judge, and the minute we don't have an ear to hear to somebody's opinions, and we don't even necessarily have to believe everything everybody has to say. We just need to listen. We need to have an ear to hear. The moment we do that is the moment we're showing love. The moment we turn our ears off is the moment that we're not showing love. And of course, you take that with a grain of salt, and there's different scenarios where you do certain things, but you get the point. So with that being said, that is a quick dialogue conversation based on the importance of why we need, especially young people and older people as well, but more specifically for the youth, why it is important for us to find spiritual second mom and dads, aka OGs. Hit the like button if you like this. Make sure you comment, Gohan, you so sexy. Gohan, we love you. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. But wait, in order for you to hit that subscribe button, you know what I gotta do. Touch the sky. I touch the sky. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you don't hit that subscribe button, Gohan will be in your dreams. You're gonna have nightmares. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you share this to somebody. There's always one person in this world, especially in this world, that needs to see this video. So make sure you send it to that person. Hey man, just sending you some words of wisdom, words of inspiration for you, so you can go out through your day in a pleasant manner. Peace. Done. Just like that. And without that being said, make sure you comment what you want to see next. Lives, sit downs, whatever the case may be. More workout videos, whatever. You tell me. You give me your feedback. So without that being said, it's EJ, aka Gohan, and we're gonna catch you in the next video. Let's go. I'm so woke and it's stressing me out on the dead lokes, but there's no time to sit, cry, and mope.